to it as an ATS throughout this presentation. So what is an applicant tracking system? An applicant tracking system is a type of software application that sorts through thousands of resumes to determine which ones are best fit for the positions for which they were submitted. The top ATS company right now is Taleo by a long shot, owning 36.43% of the market share. Applicant tracking systems do not process resumes so differently from a recruiter glancing at your resume. Both are looking for certain keywords or criteria. The main difference is humans are looking for resumes to reject, but an ATS is looking for resumes to accept. Okay, so how does an applicant tracking system work? When an applicant applies for a job, their personal info, including contact information, experience, educational background, resume, and cover letter, is uploaded to a database. This information then can be removed from one component of the system and transferred to another as they go through the hiring process. The ATS scans the database for keywords or phrases particular to the job. It could be scanning for things such as like a university you attended, years of experience, or like a GPA. The ATS then transfers the resumes to the next step of the system if it meets the requirements. This process is repeated until a human touch is needed. And when this is the case and an HR rep needs to get involved, the ATS has features that make their job easier as well. For instance, a recruiter can use the database's search feature to find out about any specific applicant, just like at the snap of a finger. So what role does the applicant tracking system play in the recruitment process? To put it simply, the applicant tracking system is recruiting. This software technology completely revolutionized the recruitment process. Applicant tracking systems provide an automated way for HR departments to manage the entire recruitment process in one centralized location. The ATS contains the 7 essential factors, I thought, that aid in the recruitment process. The first is candidate screening. Instead of an HR rep having to sift through a stack of hundreds of resumes, the rep can use the candidate screening feature of the ATS to quickly find and rank acceptable resumes based on defined skills. Number 2, integrated websites. The recruiting software is designed to integrate with company websites or career pages. This makes it easier for applicants to apply online by allowing them to quickly upload a resume. This feature also allows companies to customize applications to capture only relevant information. Number 3, parsing resumes. An ATS can create candidate profiles by automatically extracting required data from their resumes. This is filled into specific fields in the candidate database, allowing recruiters access to structured profiles. Parsing reduces the chance of human error and saves time on decision making. Number 4, email integration. An ATS that fully integrates with a company's email lets a recruiter send, receive, and view emails. It can also send important acknowledgments and communications to candidates automatically. This feature allows for a lot of essential communications to be done in one place, making recruitment more efficient. Number 5, job posting. Certain ATS software has features that allow recruiters to post ads on various job boards, social media sites, and their company's career page. This makes it easier to track and update different job postings because it is all in one centralized place, like I've been saying, rather than having to search through multiple different sites. Number 6, collaborative hiring. This is sharing information with various units within an organization is critical for successful hiring. This feature allows recruiting staff to collaborate and share candidate data both internally and with other departments or external recruiters without a compromise to security. And lastly, bulk messages. With integrated email and other features for bulk communication, hiring managers and recruiters can send a single email out to candidates or users. And certain ATS systems are designed to automatically send out alerts for scheduled interviews, slot availabilities, and their results on their job interview. So how can an applicant optimize their resume for an ATS? As I stated earlier, applicant tracking system technology is still relatively new and developing. That being said, there are still companies that use an outdated version of an ATS software. Since it is older, it might not be as effective at screening some resumes, which is why you need to prepare for the worst. To make sure your resume isn't wrongfully rejected by an applicant tracking system, first, you always need to send your resumes as a Word document. Never use charts or pictures. Although they are appealing to a human, the human will not see it until after the ATS. Don't start your work experience with dates either. Be sure to include keywords in your resume that match the specific job application. However, do not stuff your resumes with keywords because some resume parsers are now smart enough to understand the context that you're using them in. Use correct grammar also so parsers understand everything and there's no chance there. Always construct a different resume for every job you apply for. Do not include your qualifications after your name because it may confuse a parser or some applicant tracking systems. Refrain from putting information in tables because some of the older systems may get confused. And use common categories and phrases, just to make sure they don't get confused. So applicant tracking systems summed up. Applicant tracking systems make the recruitment process much more streamlined for a human resources representative. By shortening the time it takes before a hiring manager contacts applicants who seem like good candidates for the job, applicant tracking systems can benefit an applicant's chances as well if they understand the system, or hurt them if they don't. But one thing is for sure, an ATS is a recruiter's best friend in the future of the recruitment process. Thank you, and that concludes our presentation.